Good morning. I am with you today, January 14th, 2021, to review A Course in Miracle lesson number 14, and then bring through the guidance of Mary Magdalene, who was both the wife to Jesus and the mother of his children. I have been channeling Magdalene for a couple of years now. She came to me in a time of personal crisis and asked me sometime last year if I would go through a year of the Course in Miracles lessons with her. So that is the journey that we are upon together, and it's been really extraordinary. I also have the pleasure of channeling Jesus in a morning meditation with a group of dear friends. We've all been studying A Course in Miracles together, at least for the past year, where we all met on another platform. And several have been working with the materials for many, many years. I first came across it in 1985. So it's been a lifetime journey for me. So let's dig into lesson number 14. Here we go. Lesson number 14. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does not exist. Sorry, let me start again. The idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as he created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. The exercises for today are to be practiced with your eyes closed throughout. The mind-searching period should be short, a minute at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods with today's idea unless you find them comfortable. If you do, it will be because you really understand what they are for. The idea for today is another step in learning to let go of the thoughts which you have written upon the world and see as the word of God in their place. The early steps in this exchange, which can truly be called salvation, can be quite difficult and even painful. Some of them will lead you directly into fear. You will not be left here. You will go far beyond it. Our direction is towards perfect safety and perfect peace. With your eyes closed, think of all the horrors in the world that cross your mind. Name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. Say, for example, God did not create that war in fill in the blank, and so it is not real. God did not create that airplane crash in fill in the blank, and so it is not real. God did not create that disaster, specify in blank, and so it is not real. God did not create that illusion, specify in name of person, and so it is not real. Suitable subjects for the application of today's idea also include anything that you are afraid might happen to you or anyone else with whom you are concerned. In each case, name the disaster quite specifically. Do not use general terms. For example, do not say God did not create illness, but God did not create cancer or heart attacks, or whatever may arouse fear within you. This is your personal repertoire of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of your personal hell. It does not matter. What God did not create can only be in your own mind, apart from his. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice periods by repeating today's idea. God did not create a meaningless world. Today's idea can, of course, be applied to anything that disturbs you during the day. Aside from the practice periods, be very specific in applying it. Say, God did not create a meaningless world. He did not create this, and then specify the situation which is disturbing you, and so it is not real. Lesson number 14. God did not create a meaningless world. Let me bring through Magdalene and see what she has to say on the subject. Greetings, beloved ones. God did not create a meaningless world. We have. We have allowed the application of ideas and beliefs. We have subjected ourselves to horrors beyond imagination. We have led ourselves down a trail of believing that harm could come, that people could be tortured, that people could be murdered, that children could be beaten. That this projection of our own insanity that dwells within our minds has been indeed propagated through an egoic mind that has believed everything that it has created, but it has gone a bit wild in its imaginings. When you truly come to understand that that which disturbs you so greatly is an idea that exists within your mind, that you have manifested, that you have allowed yourself to invest with purpose and meaning and significance, you will truly come to see that God did not create this world, rather, you did. The very good news of this, beloveds, is that as you created this world of horrors, this world of mirrors, this is something that you also have the ability and the capacity to uncreate and to unmake. You have the ability, beloveds, to return to the kingdom, to find your way back to the truth, to live in a world that is filled with love, that is filled with happiness, that is filled with joy, that is filled with pleasure. And the illusions that have plagued you, that you have painted upon the canvas of your existence, you will come to see are merely an illusion. And the canvas before you shall indeed become clear and blank. You will literally be able to catch yourself as you project a thought onto the canvas with a paintbrush of pain, with a paintbrush of anger, with a color and a flare that leaves you feeling less than, that leaves you feeling diminished. And you will be given a paintbrush that allows you to remove all that had ever been projected onto your canvases before. And you shall find yourself sitting there with a clean slate. And you shall say, let me turn instead to the mind of God. Let me turn to the will of God. Let me see what is truly upon this canvas. Let me see what is meant to be painted. Let me see how I can apply love to a circumstance where I have only ever seen horror and atrocities. Understand, beloveds, that all have been on a journey of seeking out both the light and the dark. But it truly indeed has been a dream, has been an illusion. Yet you ask, how can something that feels so real to me, so painful to me, so horrific to me, have any sense of reality? And therein lies the miracle, beloveds. For what you shall see is that the miracle is that it does not exist in the first place. You shall come to see that what is written there is the truth of life and the truth of love, which is far different than what each being has imagined it to be. Allow yourselves, beloveds, to truly understand that the meaningless world which has been created has been a creation of your own mind. And here you shall find your freedom. Here you shall find your way towards redemption. When you allow yourself to be still long enough, you will truly come to understand that you yourself are the living miracle. And the miracle occurs within your heart that is connected to light. For the light shines the truth on what you have perceived to be the world. You will come to see that it is far richer, far more beautiful, and far more magnificent than what the errors within your mind have believed it to be. You truly can change your life, beloveds, by changing your minds. Allow yourself to look upon what have been the horrors within your society and allow them to be viewed in a different light. See if you can grant yourself the ownership, the wisdom, and the knowledge that you can indeed see things differently than you have. You can find people and places and events to be filled with light and to be filled with love when you can gain the perspective of the mind of God to truly understand that all of this was your own making so that you could experience different aspects of creativity and beingness. This is indeed the genius that you are, for all have been granted the mind of God to create. Imagine, beloveds, if you could create anew, for that is the gift of the retraining of the mind, to be able to look upon circumstances and beings with forgiveness and with love and with joy, and to understand truly that life is the greatest gift of all. We love you, we bless you, and we join with you on this path and on this journey, beloveds, as we walk on the pathway towards love and light. All blessings to you, beloved ones, and we shall speak with you again. Whew. Thank you so much for being with us. Boy, she's extraordinary. I love you all. I wish you a beautiful day, and I will see you again tomorrow.